Hey, I'd like to welcome everybody back to Provisional Survival Concepts. It's been a couple of weeks since I've done a video, but now that I am a little more situated, I plan on doing more videos in the coming weeks. Next coming video is going to be a couple weeks away, but it's going to be an in-depth tutorial slash how-to slash proper carry for CCW EDC and some of the items that you do need, you don't need, and how to determine what you need for your personal carry. But we're going to jump into the January TackPack. This should be the benchmark for what a subscription company box should be. January's TacPack was just ahead of everything else that I was expecting. Hopefully that February and March stay with that because it's just a wonderful box this month. In comparison, I'm going to go ahead and grab a couple months back and show you a couple things from last, I think it's November, December's TacPack. I think it's November's. But in November's, you ended up with an All Rifles Matter shirt, a little boo-boo kit, a 9-line sticker, short throw safety selector for a AR, a 9-line koozie, a Ready Man, a little contrast, a Ready Man survival card, this one being the Wilderness Survival, as I stab myself. Might need that wild hog, hedgehog for it in the first place. A gold AK, and a discount card. Now this is very good for what you get. Just basically an Armor Spec, the med kit, and of course the awesome t-shirt would cover what you paid for it. Alright, so that's a contrast from a couple months ago. This is why I say that this month should be a benchmark. Alright, so we'll start off on the low end. You end up with a Martin American Design AR-15 hammer bottle opener. Alright, so real quick off top, it's a standard looking AR hammer and a key ring. I almost might want to look into it, see actually it's a functioning hammer. Alright, so you get a key ring. That's a bottle opener. Next up, what we're going to do is we're going to have a lighter bro. Alright, now the name probably could use some work. Alright, and right off the bat, kind of just looks like it's a lighter pouch, but in turn, it's actually a scissor, what looks to be a pick, a scraper of some sort, and the specs on it's a knife, a scissor, a bottle opener, a micro screwdriver, and a key ring. Alright, so it's actually maybe able to be used for a nice little EDC. Alright, and from there it gets better. Alright, what screams gun stuff to you? Well, obviously if you're lazy you need to clean. So here we have Breakthrough Battle-Born Grease Fortified with PFTE, or PTFE, excuse me. Alright, now I looked at this and I actually put it on one of my guns. I cracked it open and put it on there. And it has a good consistency. I'm not going to eat it. This isn't frog lube, but however it has a good consistency to it, and I think that I'm going to leave it out in the cold tonight and see if it changes with the temperature, because I noticed that frog lube, once it gets hot and then it cools off, it creates like a gum. I've actually had to take a couple of students' guns apart and strip them because they've used frog lube and they've got the lubricant that has drained into the where the firing pin spring is, and it gums it up and refuses to let the firing pin go forward. Alright, so those are some of the things you should look at when you're looking at your cleaning supplies. Alright, so next up we have the Sawtooth Essentials Barrel Floss. Alright, went ahead and grabbed it. In case you don't know, right off the bat it's going to be a 5.56 223 caliber. For those of you who aren't familiar with bore snakes, barrel floss, there's like a Viper one out there. There's about 1,000 of them. At the end where they crimp it is the caliber. Okay, so you can't really tell, but the caliber is crimped right here. Alright, so this is crimped as 2.2. So 5.56, 223, 25 caliber are all roughly in the same family. Alright, so this being compared to some of my Other more popular, obviously name brand bore snakes are of pretty much the same quality. This one's being a 30 cal. Okay, so this will cover your 308, stuff like that, and it's almost identical to what the Sawtooth barrel floss is. Okay, the Sawtooth Essential barrel floss. So putting it on the market in comparison to the price wise, it's going to be right around $20, which is what I believe they have it listed as. I'll check the prices in a minute. Alright, as you go into the larger calibers, this being a 3.5, this is another one of my bore snakes. You'll see that the size changes. However, essentially it's all the same. Now, what makes this box awesome to get into is the fact that this month you get a knife. You get a 511 Alpha Scout Tanto. Alright? And if you look closely, Blade Tech is part of the design for this knife. Alright? So, I'm going to crack this open. I'm a knife guy. I have tons of knives. I actually like knives just as much, if not more, than I like guns in some cases. And we'll do a comparison to that and another knife in the same price range. I got a Kershaw sitting here that we can do a comparison to. They should be roughly in the same price range. I'm pretty sure that TacPack is playing a trick on everybody, because in order to get this thing open, you need the jaws of life. I've never seen a blister pack so durable in my life. Literally, it's the most ridiculous blister pack ever. So hopefully it's worth it. Alright. So roughly the same price range. Alright. These are about $35, $40. I have Kershaws here that are... I have Kershaws. These are just in my pocket right now. I have Kershaws everywhere. Alright. So we'll compare one of those to one of these and see what we get. Alright, so right off the bat, it's got a nice solid Tanto blade. Alright. It's got a fair amount of texture on the scales. Nothing too aggressive. Folds up nice and small. Has a thumb opener, thumb hole for opening. Does not have a gravity assist lock or a speed safe lock, I think most people call them now. This is extremely light. Compared to the Kershaw, you're probably at a half of the weight. So if you're going to EDC in shorts or some lightweight yoga pants, this is something you might want to consider because it won't drag them down. So let's look at the prices on these. So your 511 tactical knife, they're tagging around $43. The Martin hammer is $20. The Breakthrough clean battle-born grease, $19. The Sawtooth barrel floss coming in right at $18. And then your Lighter Bro Stealth at $16. So other than the fact that I don't drink, 4 out of 5 of the items are phenomenal for those of you who are into firearms or knives or personal survival or survival in general. So looking at the items, I'm going to crack this open as well. Looking at the items, you'll see that there's a trend where it's starting to lean more towards the everyday carry, but also the maintenance of your weapons and firearms. Alright, so this being your lighter, bro. That's going to be your knife, which is very thin, very shallow, but extremely sharp. On top of that, the same side, we'll go ahead and close this one, is your micro Phillips, and by God it is tiny. That would fix your glasses for sure. Then the other side is going to be very useful. It's going to be your scissors. I should have tried these on the blister pack of the 511 because God knows I don't need anything else that'll get through it. And then this is where your lighter would sit. Most of my lighters are minis because I like the piezo type because it lacks the need of fine manipulation. But it would slide into here, and then you would have your lighter, and then all your accessories and tools. Alright? Your Breakthrough Clean Technologies Battleborn Grease with PTFE says the temp range is minus 75 to 510 degrees. I actually have a live fire class this weekend. I'm going to get a couple students to let me strip their guns down, and we're going to run that and see how bad I can beat up on it. Your 511 EDC knife. It's a great little design. The blade is nice and sharp. It says it's AUS 8, so it should take easy to sharpen it. And then your barrel floss. I mean, for you guys out there, this is the easy way to clean your firearms in these calibers. So make sure you take care of your firearms. Otherwise, they won't be able to take care of you. Alright? So again, this is going to be your January TackPack. Your pricing sheet. And then your items. I'm hoping to see February's box anywhere near as good as this. TacPack's announcing that the February box is going to be the highest cost box that they've put out, and I'm hoping that highest cost also equates to the highest quality, because right now January's box, out of the few boxes that I've received, is spectacular. So remember to subscribe to the channel, like if you like it, post comments if you don't, and then remember to go ahead and spend that $50 a month to subscribe to the TacPack, because I guarantee you'll get the money's worth out of what you're going to get. So again, thank you for watching PSC. I hope to see you for the next video. The next long video is going to be the EDC CCW tutorial, how to, everything in regards to those. So again, subscribe to the channel, and I hope to see you again soon.